Hello, this is for the Education as an Investment assignment. You should see now that page on your screen. And I wanted to go over what to do for this assignment. It's a little tricky to figure out, so I thought I would go over a quick video on what to do for this assignment. So this is an assignment where you are figuring out, basically in a quick formula, the amount of money a person would earn in a job. So that's what this assignment is helping figure out. So the first section is meant to be kind of an example, just to kind of let you figure out how to do the math portion of this. So we're going to go through this part together, and then I'll explain what to do for the second half of the assignment, and you should be able to do pretty well on this at this point, I think. So what you're doing is looking at this formula. So number of years of work is 45 years of work that an average person works in jobs in their life, minus the years of training. So, you know, if someone spends time in college, that means they're not available to work during those years, which will mean the person will have less time to actually work. But the goal of this is by making more money each year, you know, showing that most jobs, when you have more education, you make a little bit more money with each step of education that you make normally. You end up with making more money in the end. So you subtract the years of training, times the median salary, and then subtract the cost of the education, because that cost of education you have to pay for. That money is not just free normally. You can get scholarships and loans or scholarships and grants and things to pay for most of your education. And then when you're done, you get the lifetime net income. So let's go ahead and start. So this first part uses this example here. And this example comes from MyPace in the box down here below. This was one example that someone put in for jobs for coaching and scouts. We use this as an example because it's something that none of you are going to use, so no one could just take this and copy it. Secondly, it's you know, there's a little bit wrong with it. It's not great, but that's all right. So what we're doing is you've put in the job title, the median salary, and then do the math. So the title, if you look at this one, it's kind of hard to see on my screen, probably for you, but it's athletes and sports competitors. When you're doing this assignment, it'll be easier for you to see that. You may need to zoom it in to see, but that'll be fine. And so first thing, you type in the job title. Then the median salary. The median salary they have for athletes and sports competitors is $44,680. You know, we're not talking, this is the median. This is not like the highest range. You know, it's not what Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or, I don't know, Kobe or whatever made. It's about, you know, the median is the average. So this takes into account, you know, all the people who get work in, you know, at the lowest end of sporting jobs, you know, somebody who just gets paid to play hockey in a minor league team or baseball. There's a lot more of those players, so that's why this number isn't like 100 million. You know, it's the amount an average sports competitor would make per year. So it has to take into account everybody. You know, he had the highest paid down to the lowest paid. So the median is 44,680. So that number goes in here in the red section. So you're going to copy that down, 44,680. And then you do the multiplication and subtraction. So for this one, the part in parentheses comes first, 45 minus 0. So no subtraction, just 45. So it's 45 times 44,680. So you multiply that out. You end up with, didn't have this ready, I'm sorry. 45 times 44,680, 2,010,600. So you multiply that out. There's no subtraction, so that's the end of it. So over the lifetime, if somebody was to be able to earn $44,680 per year for 45 years, which of course is ridiculous because no sports competitor is able to compete 45 years earning $44,000, but that's beside the point. This is just about doing the math. So forget about the fact that it's talking to athletes and coaches and things. Just look at it as a math problem example. So there's no subtractions, so it's just 45 times 44,680, you get $2,010,600. And then when you get over to the bachelor's degree portion, it gets a little trickier. Again, though, start with the job title. This one says Coaches and Scouts. Again, it might be hard to see on my screen, but on your screen it'll be easier. Coaches and not coaches. Scouts, there we go. My typing's not great today, sorry. The median salary. Median salary for a coach is $31,000. And that's, again, taking into account all the coaches in the world, not professional. I mean, it includes those, but it includes, the guy who's coaching his minor league football team and getting paid, $200 a week or something for doing that. So it's including everything. So that's why it's 31,000, because coaches, there's so many of them working at much lower levels. And they, of course, make less than the competitors. So 31,000. Now, on average, though, of course, in most instances with bachelor's degree and associate's degree and high school jobs, generally the amount is going to be going higher each time. That's the goal. That's the reason you go to college. You want to make more money, right? So normally with most jobs, these amounts should go up each time. In this case, it does not, just because of the example they chose. But in general, when you do this, you should find you get more, the person will get paid more for doing a bachelor's degree job as opposed to a high school level job. So again, you bring down the median salary, 31,000. This one has some subtraction and multiplication and some more subtraction. So you multiply 45 times minus 5, or you subtract. I said multiply. You subtract 45 and 5, you get 40. And then you're going 40 times 31,000. That gets 1,240,000. And you might be thinking, why are you writing that down? Because you haven't subtracted yet. Because we're going to do that in step 2, because I used to be a math teacher and I like to write out my steps. So we're going to subtract that. You end up with 6,497,4 subtracted. You end up with 1,000,000. We don't want that number 6 there because that changes our numbers all later on. So 1,175,026. So that's the amount that the person as a coach would make for the whole lifetime. That was the job they had for the lifetime. And then for the advanced degree, that's the next section, 49,000 or 59,280. That's recreational and fitness studies teachers post-secondary. So that's a fancier way of saying like a college professor. So we're going to say recreation, so copy that down, fitness studies instructor, secondary. So you want to copy down the job title. I got a capital O where I shouldn't. My typing's not the best, sorry. Again, we take down the salary, 59,280. And that's going to go in this red box. Now, for the part you subtract, it's on the second page. It tells you how much the median, or how many years it is for advanced education and the cost. We can also get it down below, because down below, those are filled in. So it's 7 years and 168,547. So we'll put those in 168,547. Put in the salary. I'm going to let you multiply this part out, but you should get a number that's in the 2 millions. So you should get 2,200,000 something, I think. If you don't get something like that, it means you made a mistake. But you're doing 45 minus 7, so you have 38. 38 times 59,280. You find that answer, and then subtract 168,547. And then down below, there's a section for a subtraction. You're figuring out the difference between how much a person makes for each of those jobs. So answer 5 minus answer 2. So that is the bachelor's degree total minus the high school total. So 175,026 is first. Minus, copy that one. I'm going to let you do the math on that. But you should get a negative number. In this case, that is correct. When you do this on your own, you probably won't get a negative number here. You're sitting up with a positive number. because in general, the person with a bachelor's degree is going to make more than somebody with a high school diploma. So you should get a positive answer for this one when you do it. For number 10, you should get a positive number. It's kind of a low positive number. Should be in the tens of thousands, but that's what you do for that. So that's mainly what you do for this assignment. I just want to go over what you do at the bottom. So for the bottom part, what you're going to do is you're going to find jobs that are in the career area you're planning on going into. So say you're planning on going into technology. What you would do is find levels of jobs for different educational levels, or find jobs for different educational levels, and find out how much each of them pay, and you put in the job titles, and you do the math the same way we did up above, and you end up with how much money the person makes over their lifetime. This one has an associate's degree section. The other one didn't. You do it the same way. You're just going to do 45 minus 2. So you get 43 times whatever that salary is. And then net answer minus 9,501. That'll give you the total pay for this job. So again, you find four different jobs at different educational levels. Put in the job titles here. For educator, for IT, it might be something like doing, testing software or something, some low-level job, Best Buy Geek Squad or something like that. And then associate's degree, and these don't have to be a job you need that exact degree for, but it could be equivalent. So maybe it could be, a job you might get after graduating Job Corps or something. Bachelor's degree level, you find a job that you need a bachelor's degree for in the same field, and then you find a job you need an advanced degree for in the same field. If you're going into like CMA, for example, you might do nursing jobs for these. So you could do like a CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, for the high school level. An associate's degree, you could do CMA. The CMA job is pretty equivalent to what a person with an associate's degree would do. You could also do a LPN job in that space, and that's also equivalent to an associate's degree. That might be a little better paying, actually. Bachelor's degree might be like a registered nurse. An advanced degree might be a doctor or some kind of specialty, physician's assistant maybe, or it could be a nursing in a specialized area or at a very high paying position for the advanced degree. But the salaries should go up for each step in general. For most jobs, you're going to get paid more the more education you have. It's kind of the point of getting higher education, is to get paid more, right? Kind of makes sense. So that's what you do for this. There might not be exact degrees for those jobs. For example, if you're doing culinary, there might not be an associate degree level job you need a culinary degree for, but there could be. It could be something like maybe a head chef for an associate's degree. Bachelor's degree might be like a chef running a large kitchen, for an example. An advanced degree could be something like a chef at a high-end restaurant, or owning a restaurant maybe would be a good example of that. So you just need to Google how much those make, how much the average restaurant owner makes. You can just make up a number, really, say 200,000 a year or something. The point of this assignment is just to understand, generally, higher education equals higher pay over a person's lifetime. So you want to strive for higher education. That's kind of the goal of this, just to help you see how much more a person makes, the more education they have. So, and like I said, they don't need to be exact degrees. It could be equivalent. If you're going into security, you might do like a police officer for an associate's degree level. And that's probably an equivalent. You may not need the associate's degree, but through the training they have is fairly equivalent to what that degree is. So yeah, that's what you do for this assignment. As usual, any questions, feel free to text, call, or email. You can also call Cynthia. Thank you very much. Have a great day.